Have you ever been offended and didn't know how to react? Have you ever wondered how to stay calm and respectful in those awkward situations? Welcome to Morgan's Stoic Kingdom channel. We have all faced insults and disrespectful actions from others. It's hard not to let them affect your mind and emotions, isn't it? But imagine, if you can deal with these situations calmly and firmly, you will become a better version of yourself. Today, we will explore 7 valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy to help you deal with disrespect. These lessons not only help you control your emotions, but also help you maintain inner peace. Watch until the end to find out how you can turn insults into opportunities for growth and development. Are you ready? As usual, I have a small challenge for you. Watch the video until the end if you are really serious about facing disrespect in all situations to develop yourself. Please leave a comment. I accept the challenge to practice perseverance as well as determination to change yourself. Let's start with Morgan with the first part of today's video. Coming to number 1, acceptance of lack of control. In life, there are many things we cannot control, from the weather to how others treat us. However, this does not mean that we are helpless. On the contrary, accepting this truth opens the door for us to focus on what is truly meaningful and within our power. Have you ever felt hopeless because you couldn't control a situation? It could be an unsatisfactory job, an unfulfilling relationship, or even an insult. But remember the words of Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher. It is not events that make people suffer, but how we perceive them. Acceptance is not passivity, but a deep awareness of our own limitations, so that we can focus on what can be changed and improved. Morgan wants to share with you a personal story. Once I encountered a difficult situation when a close friend suddenly turned his back on me. At first, I felt very hurt and couldn't understand why this happened. But then, by applying the Stoic principle, I realized that I cannot control the actions and emotions of others. The only thing I can do is control my own reaction. And once I accepted this, I felt lighter and could focus on self-care and building other relationships. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? Please share your story in the comments section below. Morgan really wants to hear and work with you to find an effective way to handle it. Stoic philosophy teaches us that peace does not come from controlling everything around us, but from controlling ourselves. When you accept that some things are out of your reach, you will find true freedom. From there, you can focus on personal development, improve your skills and spirit, and live a happier life. Think about it. If every day you took a moment to remind yourself of the limits of control, how would your life change? Please comment your thoughts below and let's discuss. Morgan believes that with proper acceptance, you will find true peace and happiness in life. Once we accept that there are things beyond our control, we begin to find true peace and freedom. This is an important first step in our journey. However, this journey does not stop at acceptance, but also requires us to know how to react wisely. From the realization that not everything is within reach, we come to another lesson of Stoic philosophy. avoid being offended, because while we cannot control the actions of others, we can still control how we feel and react. So, how to maintain composure and not let insults shake your spirit? Join me, Morgan, in exploring this now. Number 2. Avoid taking offense. Imagine one morning, you are enjoying delicious coffee when you suddenly receive an insulting text message from a colleague. Emotions run high, your heart races, and you feel hurt. But wait. Morgan is here to share with you a secret from Stoic philosophy that can change the way you deal with insults and help you maintain inner peace. We talked about accepting that there are things that are beyond our control. The next step in this journey is learning how to avoid taking offense, an important aspect of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are offended by something external, it is not the thing that bothers you, but your judgment about it, and you can completely change your judgment." This advice contains a powerful truth. We have the power to decide how to respond to any situation. Morgan wants to tell you a personal story. One time, I received a negative comment about my work. At first, I felt very uncomfortable and hurt, but after thinking carefully, I realized that my feelings were not due to that comment, but rather due to how I perceived and reacted to it. When I changed my perspective, I turned negative feelings into motivation to improve myself. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? Please share your story in the comments section below. Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot control the actions or words of others, but we can control our reactions. This not only helps us avoid being offended, but also maintains confidence and inner peace. When you realize that no one can hurt you unless you allow it, you will become stronger. This doesn't mean you ignore all insults, but you learn to not let them affect your mind and emotions. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "We are disturbed not by what happens, but by our view of what happens." Think about this the next time you feel offended. Instead of reacting immediately and letting your emotions take over, stop for a moment. Think about your perspective and ask yourself, is this really important? Is it worth losing my peace of mind? Morgan is here to encourage you that avoiding offense is not just a skill, but an art of living. Try applying this lesson to your daily life, and you will see a positive change. Please comment your thoughts and the ways you have applied to avoid being offended. I look forward to learning from you, and together we will become stronger. With proper control, you will find true peace and happiness in life. When you learn not to be offended by the words and actions of others, we are laying a solid foundation for inner peace. Avoiding being offended helps our minds become peaceful, not disturbed by external factors. From here, we will continue to explore another important principle of Stoic philosophy: maintaining inner peace. Because when our minds are no longer dominated by negative emotions, we can truly maintain inner tranquility and peace. Join Morgan to delve into how we can maintain this state of peace in our daily lives. Number 3. Maintaining inner peace. Did you know that according to one study, nearly 80% of adults feel stressed and anxious every day? Isn't this amazing? But let Morgan share with you how Stoic philosophy can help us maintain inner peace, even in the most difficult of times. After we know how to not let negative words or actions affect our mind, the next step is to keep our soul quiet and peaceful. Morgan wants to share with you a personal experience. One time, I went through an extremely stressful period at work, where everything seemed to be collapsing around me. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of anxiety and insecurity, but then I remembered the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. You have the right to keep your mind undisturbed. What happens on the outside is just the surface layer. What matters is your reaction. Thanks to that, I began to practice maintaining inner peace, focusing on my breathing and accepting what was happening with a calm mind. Have you ever experienced such moments? When you feel like everything is out of control, how can you find peace of mind? Stoic philosophy teaches us that inner peace does not come from controlling everything around us, but from controlling our own thoughts and emotions. This requires us to practice patience and self-control. When we face difficulties, ask ourselves, is this really important? Is it worth losing my peace of mind? If the answer is no, let it go and keep your mind. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "The one who can make you angry is your master. The one who can calm you is yourself." This is a powerful reminder that we have complete power to control our minds and keep them at peace. Morgan is here to encourage you that maintaining inner peace is a journey, not a destination. Practice every day, from the smallest things. Take time for yourself, meditate, or simply sit quietly and listen to your breathing. These will help you find and maintain peace of mind. With proper control, you will find true peace and happiness in life. Come here. Morgan wants to congratulate you. You have completed half the journey on your journey to finding inner peace and happiness. Take a moment to be proud of yourself and comment 50% to mark this important milestone. Dear friends, once we have learned how to maintain inner peace, the next step is to understand the source of hurtful words and actions. Considering the origin not only helps us look at the problem objectively, but also brings understanding and empathy. Join Morgan, continuing to explore how Stoic philosophy teaches us to see and analyze things from a deeper perspective in the next section. Number 4. Consider the source. Have you ever wondered why the same words can hurt you from one person, but don't bother you when they come from another? That's because we often judge words based on the person saying them. This is the key point to understand the important lesson of Stoic philosophy. Consider the origin. Once you have learned how to maintain inner peace, the next step is to understand the source of hurtful words and actions in order to respond more wisely. When someone says or does something that hurts you, take a moment to consider the source of the action. Maybe the person is having a bad day. Maybe they are under pressure from work or personal life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Every time you are about to be hurt by another person's words or actions, remember that you do not know their entire situation. Try to understand and empathize." Once, when he was young, Morgan was severely criticized by a colleague without understanding why. At first, I felt extremely angry and hurt, but then I decided to look at the source of this criticism. I know that that person is facing many difficulties in personal and work life. Understanding this, I no longer feel angry, but instead feel sympathy. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? Please share your story in the comments section below. I look forward to hearing and learning from you. Examining our origins not only helps us better understand the situation of others, but also helps us maintain inner peace. When you know that other people's actions may stem from the difficulties they're facing, you will no longer feel hurt by those words and actions. Instead, you will feel a deep empathy and a sincere understanding. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen more and speak less. Listen and consider the source of words and actions before reacting." This not only helps you maintain inner peace, but also helps you build better relationships. Practice every day, from the smallest things. When you realize that everyone has their own difficulties, you will become much more empathetic and tolerant. Please comment your thoughts and share the ways you have applied to consider the source before reacting. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on other valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy. Morgan believes that with understanding and empathy, you will find true peace and happiness in life. In life, considering the origin of words and actions helps us see things more objectively and reduce hurt. When we understand that negative actions may stem from difficulties others are facing, we begin to open up and feel empathy. From here, the natural next step is to learn to forgive. Forgiveness is not only about freeing others, but also about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Join Morgan as we continue to explore how forgiveness can bring true peace and happiness into our lives. Number 5. Learn to forgive. Did you know that 60% of adults admit they have difficulty forgiving others, and 75% of them say this reduces their quality of life? This is an amazing number, isn't it? Forgiveness is not only an act of compassion for others, but also a priceless gift you give yourself. It frees you from suffering and the burden of resentment, paving the way for inner peace and happiness. Morgan wants to share with you a personal experience. There was a time when I had to face betrayal from a very close friend. Hurt and resentment kept me from focusing and enjoying life. But then, I remembered the words of Marcus Aurelius. Forgiveness is the highest form of compassion, not only for others, but for oneself. I began practicing forgiveness, not to justify my friend's actions, but to free my mind and heart. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? How did you feel at that time? What did you do to handle that situation? Stoic philosophy teaches that forgiveness is a natural and necessary process to maintain inner peace. Epictetus once said, "Remember, a person who hurts you may have endured a lot of suffering. When we understand that other people's actions often stem from their own pain and suffering, we can be more open to forgiveness." Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or accepting wrong actions, but rather letting go of resentment to find peace for yourself. One effective way to practice forgiveness is to write down your feelings. Write a letter not necessarily send it, just to relieve the negative emotions inside you. This is a method I have applied and found very effective. Do you have any special ways to practice forgiveness? Please share with everyone. Morgan is very curious to know how you do it. Forgiveness is also an act of compassion and freedom. When you forgive, you not only help others, but also free yourself from the burden of the past. This creates a new space for love and happiness. When you can forgive, you will find that life becomes lighter and more meaningful. Morgan thinks that with compassion and forgiveness, you will find true peace and happiness in life. In everyday life, when we learn to forgive, our souls will become lighter, no longer oppressed by the burden of resentment. Forgiveness helps us let go of the past and create a peaceful mind. This is an important stepping stone for us to take another step forward in our Stoic journey. Shifting our focus. Instead of worrying about the past, let's join Morgan and learn to focus on what's really important and meaningful in life to build a more positive and happier future. Coming to number 6, shift your focus. Do you know why some people seem to always be happy and peaceful despite the difficulties they encounter? Their secret lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in knowing how to redirect their focus. Sounds simple, right? But this is the breakthrough that Morgan wants to share with you today. After learning how to forgive, the next step is learning how to redirect our attention from the negative things to the more positive and meaningful things in life. For a time, one of Morgan's brothers was stuck in negativity, focusing on failures and criticism. This causes him to lose his joy of life and creativity. But then, when Morgan shared Epictetus's words back to him, "We are not disturbed by what happens, but by our view of what happens." From then on, he started practicing shifting focus, focusing on positive things and goals that I wanted to achieve, and after just a short time, his life has improved a lot. A person who always lives positively and happily, no longer focusing on criticism and failures like before. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? How can you shift your focus to achieve more peace and happiness? Stoic philosophy teaches that we can control our mind and emotions by changing the direction of our focus. Instead of focusing all your attention on the negatives, focus on the things you can control and improve. When you do this, you will see a huge change in your mind and life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our lives are what our thoughts make them." Try to think about this. When you focus on positive things, you create a positive life. As you focus on your goals and values, you will find yourself moving closer and closer to what is truly important and meaningful. An effective practice is to write down positive things every day. Every evening, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you are grateful for during the day. This will help you shift your focus from the difficulties to the good things in life. Do you practice note-taking like this? Please comment below and share your experiences. Simply understand that shifting focus is not only a skill, but also an art of living. Practice every day, and you will find your life becomes lighter and happier. When you focus on positive things, you will find inner peace and true joy. Oh, can you believe it? We have reached the final journey together in today's video. Having learned how to shift our focus to find peace and happiness, we will now explore a higher principle. Focusing on positive things not only helps you improve your mind, but also creates a solid foundation for you to live a meaningful life based on noble values and qualities. Let's join Morgan to learn the final step to bring us a more fulfilling and worth-living life. Coming to the last number, live by virtue. Did you know that a recent study found that 90% of people who live according to noble values and virtues report higher levels of happiness and satisfaction in life? This is amazing. But how to achieve this? Let Morgan share with you the principles of virtuous living from Stoic philosophy. Having learned how to shift our focus to find peace and happiness, we will now explore a higher principle: living by virtue. Stoic philosophy views virtue as the foundation of a meaningful and happy life. Living virtuously not only helps us improve ourselves, but also creates a fulfilling and worthwhile life. In everyday life, we are often caught up in worries, stress, and pressure. At times like these, remember Seneca's words: "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, but because we do not dare that things become difficult." Virtue requires courage, patience, and determination. When we are determined to live according to noble values, we will find life becomes easier and more meaningful. Have you ever felt lost in life? How do you find the right balance and direction? Please share your story in the comments section below. Morgan looks forward to hearing and learning from you. Stoic philosophy teaches that to live virtuously is to live honestly, justly, wisely, and steadfastly. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The prosperity of life lies in virtue, not wealth." When we put virtue first, all our decisions and actions are directed toward the good and meaningful. One way to practice virtuous living is to ask yourself these questions every day. Have I been honest today? Have I been fair to those around me? Have I made wise decisions? And are you steadfast in your goals? These are questions I ask myself every day, and I find them very helpful in maintaining and developing virtue. Do you have a way to practice living virtuously? Living virtuously is a journey, not a destination. Practice every day, and you will find your life becomes more meaningful and happier. When you live virtuously, you not only improve yourself, but also contribute to building a better world. Please comment your thoughts and share the ways you have applied to live virtuously. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on other valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy. Morgan believes that with a commitment to virtuous living, you will find true peace and happiness in life. At the end of today's journey, I want to express my deep gratitude to all of you who have accompanied me. Together, we have explored 7 valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy to handle disrespect and find inner peace. From accepting lack of control, avoiding offense, maintaining peace, examining or origins, learning to forgive, shifting focus, and finally living virtuously. Each lesson offers a special value, helping us grow and live a more worthwhile life. Morgan appreciates your patience and dedication to this journey. The knowledge and experiences we share together not only help improve ourselves, but also spread joy and happiness to those around us. I hope that through these lessons you will find strength and inspiration to overcome all challenges in life. Always remember, every day is an opportunity for us to learn and grow. Apply Stoic principles to your daily life, and you will find yourself becoming stronger, calmer, and happier. Morgan is looking forward to hearing success stories and lessons learned from you. Please share your thoughts. I am always ready to listen and accompany you. Thank you for taking your valuable time to watch this video. And if you have completed the challenge in this video, please help Morgan press the like button, comment, finish, so that YouTube will rate this video as useful and motivate others to complete the same challenge as you. If you want, you can share with your friends and subscribe to Stoic Kingdom channel so you don't miss the next videos. In addition, you can watch other videos displayed at the end of this video. Thank you, and see you again in the following videos. Wishing you peace and happiness on the path of Stoicism.